Hello, guys. You may have noticed the last time that we were here, we had Siegmeyer, and he said he was going to go and head down below. I've been farming. I've been down in the area that he's in, but I've been very careful not to trigger that so that we can show the progression of his story. Man, we need the rusted iron ring. Actually, we need to be using a different sword here too. We can half roll. That's not too bad actually. Yeah, we got to go through the boss room again. Unfortunately, there's no real good quick way through this area. But when we get close to the end of the game, I might see if I can farm some dragon scales and maybe potentially show off the Dragon Covenant. Even though I don't think anything in there is really important to any of the trophies in the game. But acquiring dragon scales can be important to upgrading certain weapons, particularly strength-based weapons. Oh no, we're poisoned. We're about to break one of our covenants too. Shiva and his buddy there have a few items that you can't otherwise get. You basically gotta kill them. The pitfalls of not having poise. Man, Siegmeyer is way the heck over here. Oh, by the way, I've upgraded the Silver and Black Knight shields. That took a lot of souls. But they actually do end up with pretty massive stabilities once you do that. And one's just a little better at blocking magic, and the other is a little bit better at blocking fire. They both do a pretty decent job. Well, one does a really good job blocking fire, the other does a great job blocking fire. Yeah. Let's take care of these guys, just in case. We don't want Siegbro getting hit accidentally.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've made it this far. But I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss?
For you, absolutely.
Fantastic. Thank you. A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation. Well, our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
Okay.
The poison swamp, like quicksand in there. Hmm. The poison swamp, like quicksand. Hmm.
And that handles his dialogue for the most part. Actually, there are probably a few things I could buy and show off. Yeah, let's tag the bonfire. I want to see what the pyromancy store looks like. Very quickly. Let's get over here.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you. Let us begin. Yeah, things get a little bit spendy. So we're not gonna. No luck. Well, young pupa, do not keep me with.
Okay. Wow, I did not actually hit the roll button, but it rolled me. Strange. We're gonna arm ourselves up here. Okay. We're gonna talk to. Dang it. I don't think they're supposed to be able to get you there. Ah, whatever. While we're poisoned, we might as well go and take this guy out too.
Well, there you are again. I've culled my best picks from my last summoning. Have a look, will you?
And we'll get the wood grain ring. I wonder what the difference between these two weapons is. Yeah, it's a good time to, before you turn on a guy, to buy out all of his equipment that you don't yet have. Especially because you can't get Uchigatanas anywhere else. Oh! Ha! I died from poison. That is actually amusing. Somewhat amusing. I think our poison... Our poison resistance in this gear is actually quite low. That's just a funny way to die, really. I'm sorry, guys. I was just thinking of ways to use stuff and... I can't believe we lost our health that fast, honestly. Alright, we'll take care of that. There it is. We can't target him, but...
You have some guts to turn on us. Have a look at my sword. For it's the last thing you'll see.
Damn it!
You poor fool. You...
Yep. Alright, we got some items there. I think a couple of them are only available via him. And the ninja is just stuck. And the dark wood grain ring is only available... Yeah, I think you need to be... We'll confirm that here in a second. You have to be under a certain load, I believe. Yeah, and now we flip instead of rolling normally. Very, very interesting. Alright, Perish. I can read the item description of these rings as well. Special ring crafted in Eastern land is made of gold, but with the wood grain crust on its surface. Agents of subterfuge in this faraway land are particularly fond of the dark gold wood grain, which greatly alters its wearer's rolling action. And then there is the wood grain ring. The special ring crafted in Eastern land is made of gold, but with the wood grain crust on its surface. The ring slows the loss of weapon durability and is particularly useful to bearers of delicate swords crafted in the East. Let me see if we dropped any... Yeah, we have multiple skull lanterns, so we can acquire the Ring of Fog. You can get it through leveling the Covenant up to the Forest Hunter Covenant. I'm going to see what's involved in absolving our sin too. Probably a lot. And we were almost out of stamina. That's probably why we got knocked back. Actually, our weapon handling is very quick now. These swipes actually get significantly... Well, maybe they don't actually get that much quicker. Anyway, we have to, there's a couple rings I want to get up here from, Oswald of Kareem. Oh, he had his shield up. That's just annoying more than anything. I am liking this elite armor. I'm finding it to be a nice bit of protection. Although it does seem to be a little useless for the poison swamp. I think there's a Baller Knight over here too. Yeah. I don't know if you can get a Balder side sword from him. Yeah, there we go. You can still hear people ringing the bells of awakening online. Actually, one of the things I think I'm going to do in future Souls installments, like 2 and 3, is play offline. The online co-op is fun, but we're trying to do a PvE playthrough. Invasion's actively got in my way in Anne Orlando. Let's see here.
Good time. Thou art welcome. Laudable is thy dedication to sin.
Absolution's only worth 26,500. You were cleansed of sin. Karmic justice I'm going to want at some point, but the blood bite, poison bite, and that were what I really wanted out of this. Purging stones, I suppose you can get.
Bring myself back here. There is no misdoing that I cannot undo.
Yeah, now that we've absolved sin, we could actually join back up with the Forest Hunters if we wanted. I'm trying to think if that's actually what I would want to do. God, look at those bodies. Actually, I do want to work my way into the forest. Unfortunately, to take the path that we want to take in this game, I actually am going to need to kill Sif before I do the DLC. Which is unfortunate, because there's a really cute scene with Sif if you fight him after you do the DLC. I'm just gonna... Actually, this is probably a pretty good time to bounce off covenants. So we will do... the Princess Guard. I forget if you get anything for joining this, but yeah.
Oh, chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
Ring of the Sun Princess.
Hereafter I, Guinevere, shall serveth as thine guardian. If thou so needest, I shall devote all to thine safety. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
Yeah, there actually is a covenant changing penalty.
Thou shalt go forth, chosen undead. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
Dark Souls Remastered, you may abandon a covenant through the bonfire menu. This does not add sin. But you can't abandon them by joining another one. So, with that in mind, we'll make sure we don't add sin, because that will just make our playthrough a little bit tougher. Ring of Sun Princess, which I believe was the covenant ring we just picked up. This ring is granted to those who enter a covenant with Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Princess of Sunlight. This slightly warm ring boosts the synergy of miracles. The Princess of Sunlight, Guinevere, left Anor Londo along with many other deities and later became wife to Flame God Flam. There are 2 miracles. We don't have them yet, but you can only use them while you're in the Princess Guard. They're Bountiful Sunlight and Soothing Sunlight. Yeah, I'm eventually going to dispel the illusion of Guinevere. But we can try to show off those miracles late in the game before we do that. I'm just curious. So yeah, we could yeah, let me I'm gonna go through the forest. Because now the guards in the forest will be hostile, allow me to pick up some souls and then I know I can switch covenants without sinning. Oswald of Kareem. I'm just curious if you can abandon freely. Yeah, they're not. The game isn't helping me much with that. or the guide that I'm reading. I just want to make sure we can... Yeah, I think you can abandon Covenant without Sin through Oswald. Poison! And we can get more moss pumps, so that's another good reason to work your way through here again. Ambush. Don't allow him to. Yeah, another good thing I will do before we go out is try to see if we can get equipment drops from the giants in the forest. Just gonna tag that bonfire just in case I screw up and die. Gotcha. And there's an axe-wielding maniac over here. Yeah, you can go back here and...
Dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
Yeah, absolutely say yes. If you say no, I believe she disappears for the playthrough.
And now thou art one of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Does that break my... Well, that's fun. I'm in a 2-on-1 fight here. I'm just screwed. is what we call some serious BS. Oh well, we get to run through. We get to run through the forest one more time. If I'd had my demon sword, I could have done a sweeping attack that would have just taken care of that rolling problem. But yeah, apparently I still am vulnerable to invasion until I I can't be invaded now that I'm hollow, so. It's always little stupid things like that. No! Shit. Managed to double aggro, which is just a major pain in the butt. Alright, let's grab that. Take out the Axeman. Yeah, the Fury Sword is not a great PvP weapon.
What does that spell? I am very glad. And now there are 20 of us. Let us establish a covenant.
I'm guessing that the invasion broke this.
If mine senses reveal intruders, I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever ye shall pillage, a true agreement, not so. But thou must heed the golden rule. The clan is thine own father. To thine kinsman forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double.
Yeah, we've heard all that before. Alright. I'm just showing you can rejoin that covenant like nothing ever happened. Actually, being a hollow is kind of preferable now, so I won't get invaded in the forest again. There's no point being in human form when you go to fight Sif anyway. Unless you want to summon help. But I don't think there's any NPC summons that proceed. Leaving. Yeah, we'll see. But apparently soft betraying doesn't cause sin, and just straight up breaking the rules is more important. Yep, now they're not hostile again. We should be able to switch to and from in the bonfire, so we don't want to fight them again. We can... We could just switch to another covenant via the bonfire, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the the betrayal penalties or being attacked in the forest or any of that. Yeah, I just want to see if I can get some of this equipment. It looks like if we do R2, we can kill him in one hit. He is Tranquil Walk of Peace. Oh. There we go. Need to be a little bit more careful here. There we go. Seems to be tough to get them to drop anything. They do drop, but no luck this time. Let's enemies in the basin. Dark Root Garden. Yeah, the sword and the shield can drop. Did I get? No, I didn't get a great shield, but with enough work, I can. Actually, we picked up this sucker, which is Shiva's shield. I should actually go through that one a little bit too. Or go through its description since we never looked it up. Thick iron shield of Shiva of the East, deadliest, heaviest of standard shields. Reflects enemy attacks. Made a specimen from Shiva's collection, but none who have faced it have lived to tell the tale. Until us. Sever. We picked up here as well. Curved greatsword used in a mysterious ancient rite, imbued with frightful occult energy which restores HP with each hit. I think that is a Titanite weapon. Flamberge is a reasonable sword. We can try to collect a few more of those as we play through the game. Mercamo Sever actually is a standard weapon. Requires a lot of strength. Let me see what the moveset on that is like. It reinforced into several different types of weapons. That could be a viable-ish weapon. Baldur's Side Sword is a really good weapon. Gargoyle's Tail Axe apparently becomes pretty nifty. Alright. Yeah, well, once we start finding a few more embers, we can really get going on just using different types of weapons. Actually, yeah. I want to walk back. Actually, I think you can warp to the bonfire that is... that is down here at the bottom. So I'm guessing I never rested at it. I guess. Alright, let's... It does take a while to get down here. Oh boy. Alright, let's keep going down, 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 down. And that's the direction we actually want to travel in. Alright, catacombs. That's the bonfire. Blacksmith bonfire, from what I remember. Actually, I think it is quicker to deal with the pinwheels. To get to our next Covenant destination. Yeah, then we can drop these embers off at both of them, rather, at the blacksmith too. The ember is actually not from New Londo.
Very well. We'll get these old bones to work.
Yeah, it's actually in the area between Ceaseless Discharge and the Demon Fire Sage. So you actually find it in the Demon. You actually find it in the Demon Ruins. It very much betrays the fact that
Well, what was that about? Don't be coming around here without a good reason.
it betrays the fact that they originally placed the Ember in New Londo
Ember, unlike any that I
and then moved it late in development.
Curious pattern. Could it be the flame of the legendary witch? I know. Suppose you left that ember with me. Old Vamos would never let you down. No, not ever. Yes, splendid. Splendid indeed. My, oh my. You precious little thing.
So yeah, we can ascend. We can ascend weapons into fire, fire +6 and beyond, and chaos. And I believe chaos scales with humanity,
Well, what was that about? Don't be
which is kind of what our Fury Sword does. Yeah, we need more red materials. Yeah, we're better off dealing with these guys and making sure that we... Much easier with poise, you just... You just poise right through them and say, haha! And the blacksmith is fine. I took this path because it's quicker to get to the Gravelord Covenant this way, which is what I want to do next. Where is that coffin? Nestle in coffin. Yay! Yeah, my understanding is that switching covenants doesn't result in sin. Okay, so if we find Mr. Nito, then we go, hey buddy, how about you let us in a covenant? And then we get all kinds of good stuff. We get the Gravelord Sword and Gravelord Sword Dance Miracle, which this is part of getting all of the basically all of the miracles in the game. So okay, we can offer 30, and that'll get us to rank 2. So we get the Great Sword Dance, which you get after you offer 10. And then we get to also rank 2, which increases the miracles to yeah, increase the miracles 20%. If you get 80 Eyes of Death, you can take it to rank 3 and you get a 30% boost. Miracle known only by the servants of the first dead Gravelord Nito. Giant Gravelord swords, out in vicinity. Nito sleeps within the tomb of giants, quietly overseeing all death, waiting for his servants to usher in the Eye of Death. Many have died, and many eyes were claimed to realize the Great Sword Dance, a Gravelord ritual known only by his closest servants. And the Gravelord sword is needed for platinum, so that's why we wanted to get that one out of the way. It doesn't really scale, but it has pretty good poison. Sword wielded by servants of Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead, crafted from the bones of the fallen. The miasma of death exudes from the sword, a veritable toxin to any living being. And the Gravesword Dance, importantly, has no miracle requirement. Alright, so yeah, there's one more covenant. That's actually my favorite covenant to be a part of, like, for getting summons and being aided in that. And it's actually the Warrior of Sunlight. It's my favorite covenant in this game. And that should be the bonfire, and also our way out of this level. Okay. One of the things we can do, we'll go into the depths here first and show off the Great Sword Miracle, since you don't have to have a you can use it at any faith level. The Great Sword Dance and the Sword Dance are not identical, I guess, but it's basically the same attack. The Great Sword Dance is just a little bit more powerful. Yeah, you can kind of see that in action. Obviously, the stronger, or the higher your faith, the stronger that attack can be. Just seeing if we can maybe get a humanity drop or so before I get out of here. Nothing. Oh well. But the miracle itself is pretty cool. There are a few more covenants, but the daughter or the Chaos Servant is going to be. We're going to do that in the very late game. Dark Wraith we're going to come into very, very shortly here. At least in terms of the story of the playthrough. I'm trying to,
Oh, hello there. I'm glad to see you alive. You have done well. Indeed you have. You've a strong arm, strong faith, and most importantly, a strong heart. I am in awe, really. Yes, yes. What do you think? Why not join me as a warrior of the sun, righteous knights, guardians of all that is good, in the name of the Lord of Sunlight? Only if it would please you, of course. Well?
yeah.
Oh, magnificent. I knew you would fancy it. Then join the Covenant. Here, stay still for a moment.
And then you get Lightning Spear.
And there we are. Now, just say a prayer at the altar of sunlight, right there. Then you shall know the brilliance of our sun.
It's actually kind of a tricky...
Oh, hello there.
This is a tricky dialogue tree to unlock.
A braver companion than you.
Because you can actually join, meeting the requirements at the altar of sunlight as well. And that's how you rank up as well, through the altar of the sunlight. And we get Praise the Sun, which is important. Alright. Actually, I'm going to switch some of these up. And we'll take Shrug. Okay. I'm just going to see if switching covenants in that manner incurred any sin. I also want to... good miracle for that guy that was rolling around, actually. You can use that, and then... and then you hopefully finish the poor sap off. Okay. Attack of opportunity, which still did barely anything damage-wise. Oh! I am very pleased. We have a second Boulder side sword. Those are hard to get, so that's actually very, very fortunate that that dropped. I was kind of sort of farming for it a little bit yesterday, but I got kind of bored, so I stopped actually farming for it. I love poise. Alright.
Greetings. Just in time.
Yeah, we have not sinned.
You're
Good.
not welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
Next up, we'll be taking on Sif. So on the other side of this, we'll be in the forest.